Hey, welcome back to the stream. Or if this is your first time, welcome. This is my shop, or at least it will be in a sec when I switch video channels. It looks like we're going live on YouTube and on Twitch as usual. So hi. This is usually sort of a somewhat eclectic software and hardware forward and reverse engineering stream that kind of follows my work in progress as I make videos and other things. And lately I've been doing a bunch of work on this old video game, Robot Odyssey, that I've been porting to the web. I've also got this robotic cat camera project. We've done some reverse engineering, including glitching, where we send kind of unusual power supply or clock input into a processor to get it to run code in ways that it doesn't usually run. So we've done a lot of different things, but today's stream might be a little bit eclectic, a little bit short, but we're going to start it with a mystery, so I don't know exactly where it's going. I've got a package here that comes from the P.O. box, and I have no idea what's inside, so we're going to start by opening that. So I'm up here, but actually I think let's hang out with Tuco for a bit. This is my cat. I recently, as in just this morning, thought, oh, actually it's been a while since I've tried messing with the lens settings on this camera. I'm curious what it's like with more of a wide-angle lens. So this is on the moving cat camera platform, so like I can steer this around manually. This has got a huge fisheye effect now. And if I move this around the shop, you actually get much more of a 3D sense of just how messy the place is. So I'm still kind of steering it around with software that is not amazing at this, but yeah, so I think it's kind of cool. It certainly has an easier time tracking Tuco with this much kind of distance and lens angle, I guess. Okay, and there. So I've been having this occasional problem where the camera has unstable points, which, if you've been following that project, I've explained it at length, and we've had streams focused entirely just to solve individual aspects of that problem. But in total, actually, I think the camera's a little bit more stable because the center of gravity is a little better when the lens is more fully extended. So yeah, I'm pretty into the wide angle. It's a little bit sad that it's going to be kind of hard to get just detail on Tuco, which is pretty cool sometimes. You know, in a perfect world where I wasn't concerned about weight or cost or any of that, then it might be nice to have a motorized lens on this camera. But right now the lens is manually adjustable, but that's the extent of it. So this might be a little wider angle than I actually want, but yeah, it's nice that the lens is adjustable, and I think something in this range will actually work pretty well. Let's see what it's like if I just descend right now. I think also the camera is at one of its end stops, so that's kind of looking behind the camera's back, over its own shoulder a little bit. So I'll actually get a little bit better view if I move it toward this side just a little bit. That's also having the side effect of really tightening the winches, and then I'm having to manually lower it, so apologize for the bobbing up and down. One of the features that's still TBD on the software is automatic height control, so that's something we've been procrastinating for a while. I need to get around to having some streams about that. But yeah, let's see if we can get just closer to Tuco now from this angle. So I'm going to try leaving the gimbal control alone and just letting the computer vision drive the camera, but moving the robot. See if that works. If I can think about this in the right coordinate system. I'm not doing a great job at this. Oh, that was the stability. What did I even call that? There's there's an algorithm that notices when a handful of parameters are out of range and kind of panics and moves the gimbal back to a known good position, and that's what I'm fighting against right now. I think the angle is just getting a little too steep, so I need to move it a little bit over here, which is very close to the stuff on my desk, but if I'm careful, I can avoid hitting anything on my desk, like all this junk. I can read all the junk papers on my desk and stuff, and the random artwork I have hanging out there. This is not a bad angle. And actually navigating to this position wouldn't be too bad once the robot has automatic height control, in fact. So, some stuff to look forward to. And if I were to leave the camera in this position, let's see, the range, that's as far right as it'll go because it's hitting the kind of 180 degree end stop on the gimbal. But then it'll go all the way this way and that way, past the bike and the fire extinguisher and then this is the end stop right here. Oh, Tuco's coming over here to join me now. You just missed that entirely. Oh, is the computer vision not seeing him? I wasn't paying attention to the CV output just there. So from this position, actually, it feels like, oh, it'd be great if the camera was mounted 180 degrees backwards from how it is right now. But, like, the other algorithmic approach to this is just to move the camera to the other side of the room, which is a lot easier to do once I can fly this thing in the camera's coordinate system. So, again, I think that's just going to be more stuff to look forward to once the software is better on this thing. Oh, there he is. And the computer vision saw him before I did, and I was fighting the computer vision. Now that time, one of those moves was the computer vision, the other one was the wobble recovery. Oh, now I think Tuco's going to wander outside. Well, at least we've got a panoramic view of my mess. So, let's maybe go back over here for a bit. We can keep this camera handy. So, back here at the desk, aka the planer machine, it's got moving parts, especially when you put something heavy on top of it. So, yeah, I think we might just go straight to the overhead camera here. I just really should have cleaned my desk a little bit before streaming. There's nothing I'm embarrassed about, it's just like a lot of stuff. That's not the camera. Is the camera not on? If the camera's not on, I at least get a black square. Also, I should have checked this before streaming. Well, that might be a problem. The video you're seeing in the background is the microscope, which we might need, but, yeah, no, I was using my DSLR elsewhere, and then I thought I tested it, and it seems to be connected completely, and if it wasn't generating video, I would at least be seeing a black rectangle. This is looking more like a problem with the capture device, which is actually really hard to fix midstream, unfortunately. Anyway, hi everyone. Well, is there anything I can do from here? Because, like, it's not the whole capture device, because, like, the same capture device is running this camera that you're seeing right in where are you? That window. But, I'm sorry. I was just like turning some things off and then back on again. And it seems like this is putting out video. There could be a problem with the cabling, but I think that would have different symptoms. Sorry to be debugging this live. This isn't a problem with the chroma key, is it? I think this device just hasn't produced any frames yet. Oh man, I think last time this happened I just had to reboot the machine. I really need the camera for this next step, so I might just have to reboot and like rejoin you all in a few minutes. Just see if there's some other way I can like reset this device. I mean, temporarily. I'm halting the Tuco camera so it doesn't move by itself, and then I'm going to kill this other process that's doing the computer vision and momentarily steal its video device just to have another device that I can switch to so that I can switch back. Just to see if I can use that as a way to reset it. Okay, so there I just switched it to the video device that other process was using, and it worked. So it's not like this input is broken in the software, but it might be like this particular hardware device needs to be reset somehow. Oh jeez, now I'm like switching frame rates back and forth, making sure to leave it on the right one. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, I think I might just have to reboot this computer. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll be right back in a few minutes, I hope, and we'll have the overhead camera back, I think, and we'll get to open this mystery box. So, be right back.